everyone, this is Nikki and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a very special video because we're making 2024 wrapped plant edition. So yeah, obviously I was so inspired by the Spotify wrap. The hours I've spent on Spotify because I always have my music on while working, while doing plant chores, and just so many things. I mean, the entire day I'm playing Spotify. And also because I'm a podcaster, my podcasts are all on Spotify. Just in case, here's one of them. The language is in Filipino, so if you speak Filipino, please try to listen. You might be able to relate. It's about family, adulting, careers, and everything, being an immigrant, those kinds of stuff. But anyways, we're not going to be talking about that because we're talking about plants. But you know, I'm not going to blabber so much anymore because I'm really excited. So let's just start. I've prepared quite a lot of categories, by the way. It's not just 4 or 5. I think that's what Spotify does. I got so overwhelmed. I was listing the categories of top 5s and all, and there are even some that I've decided not to do anymore just because I don't have enough plans for them. Let's say, for example, top 5 monsteras of 2024. I don't think I have enough 5 monsteras to share with you guys, same as philodendrons. So I'm just going to share the ones that I have enough, and I'm kind of happy. I'm kind of happy with what we're going to talk about. So that being said, let's proceed with the first one, which is the top 5 uncategorized, meaning they're basically assorted plants around me, but they just really make me happy. I think you get what I mean in a second. So my top 5 for this category is... Dun, 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 dun. Should we have a drum roll? This is my Discidia Million Hearts, and well, the thing is I don't have enough like 5 Discidias, so it has to be in this category, the uncategorized. So I really love this one. It makes me so happy just by looking at it. I do wish that I could grow more, let's say, hoyas like this, just trailing like that. But unfortunately, because of space, I don't think so. But for this one, I've just decided to like give it a go and see what happens, because in the first place, the leaves are not that big. It's quite small. It's a tiny leafer, and it's actually blooming a lot. I don't know if you guys could see that, but there are blooms. So yeah, so it's been blooming like almost whole year round, which is so nice. Well, I don't know, I'm not a fan of the smell of it, the blooms, but it's not as bad as, you know, the Mathilde. So yeah, this is my top 5. And also I have a very funny story with this because I got this as a small cutting back when I was just starting, you know, with plants about more than a year ago. And I don't know, the lady from Montreal or Ottawa, somewhere there, she sold me like this small of a cutting for like $10. And I saw it, I was like, that's so small, I'll make it 2. So I paid $20. Not knowing that you can actually get a quite decent pot for like, I don't know, $14, $15. That was insane. So yeah. But I always chop this one because I like giving it as gifts to people who are just starting with plants. My friends who are like not really plant parents, I like gifting this one because this is very low maintenance. It just thrives, you know? So I love it. Top 5. My top 4 for the uncategorized is going to be Syndapsus Halimoon. So this is one of my latest Syndapsus that I acquired. I think I got this from Marnie. Oh, she gave it as a gift, actually. It's so pretty. I love it. I'm obsessed with it. So I do like almost all of the Syndapsus, and I did had them all at one point, but I started, you know, getting rid of them because I realized that they needed pole to grow nicer. But when I saw this one, because it's looking so cute, it's almost the same as my creme brulee, I think. So I just knew that I wanted it. These are the new growth. The leaves are smaller, probably because I am not giving it enough support. The pole problem again. So I'm probably going to do something about this by 2025 because I really like them. I love Synapses. They're mostly from the Philippines, by the way. So yeah, this is very beautiful. I like looking at it. I think it's just, you know, the variegation, the pattern. It's just so cute. So just by looking at it, I don't know. I find it relaxing to look at variegated plants. So, top 4. My top 3 for the uncategorized plants is quite big, heavy. Hold on a second. So it's this one. So we just made this bowl like 2 weeks ago, I think. This is heavy because there's a lot of water in this pot. I think that's why. And then also the moss and just everything about it. That's what makes it so heavy. But if you look closely, which here, it's so full, it's so healthy. This could be easily a top 1, to be honest, but there are other plants that I would like to put in there. So, but I really love this. Looking at this, I already put it in my cabinet here in the 3rd Mills bowl, and it's really eye-catching. Like the dark colors stand out from the green other plants, and also the fact that it's in this setup. It's so big. It's so heavy and it's so tall. It's going around the moss. I don't know if you guys remember that video. You should watch that, how we made this. It's working so well. I can say that the plant likes it. So I think I love this plant. Wait, this should be my number 1. No, never mind. I think it's okay with top 3. So yeah. Oh, I did not expect it to look like this. So here, so pretty. That's our top 3. Solanum oleanum. Am I actually saying it correctly? Okay, so top 2 is a plant that already made a debut just because I randomly showed it to you guys on one of my videos, but I haven't really highlighted this one as much because I don't want people to like go crazy, especially on Instagram, because whenever people see plants from me, they immediately ask if I have props. So this one, yes, I do have props already. They're growing, but we have to make sure that they're stable because they're not easy to just prop and, you know, like ship as fresh cutting. So my top 2 is, this is my Dioscorea pink pixel. Wait, focus on the plant, please. There you go. It's actually really beautiful. The leaves, it kind of has an anthurium vibe on it, but it's pink. It's really pink. And then once it matures, like well, once the leaf expands to its size, the variegation will start showing. So there's like splashes and just, you know, really nice colors. It's also a fast grower. This is a very full pot when I got it, by the way. But I immediately started chopping and now I have multiple growths in here. So yeah, even if this is small, this is actually my mother plant. I'm probably going to release the chops maybe after winter, which is perfect timing. Like I don't really want to ship. You guys already know that. This is our top 2. Dioscorea pink pixel, and it's so pretty. Our top 1. I think you guys already expect this. You probably know it already. This is our Epicia shimmering pink valley. It's so pretty. I'm obsessed with it, and it's also a very fast grower, baby maker. Like look at that, there's another offshoot. Probably going to chop that maybe when I return. There, it's really big right now because when I got it, it was just that size of the offshoot. Now it's big and it's blooming. It's kind of like you know, the African violets, they bloom a lot, which is kind of messy at times, but you'll get a hang of it. I'm not really a fan when there's a lot of blooms. I keep on cleaning, but it is what it is. It's our number one. I love it. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. I love it. Let me know in the comments which one of the 5 you like the most. Did I rank them the way you would rank them too? Our next category in our wrap is something that you probably didn't expect I would share. Can you guess? Okay, so we're going to do our top 5 anthuriums of the year. Which is like, why? I don't like anthuriums, right? But there are some anthuriums that kind of stood out. And you know what? I eventually realized that I find myself looking at them a lot of times and they do make me happy. And basically plus points is because they make Theo so happy for some reason. I don't know why, but whenever he's here around my cabinets, he would go to that particular spot where these anthuriums are at and he would look at them. And on times that I'm watering them or cleaning them, he would grab them. Not in a bad way. He would get the pot and just look at it. You guys probably have seen that on my Instagram. But yeah, let's proceed with the top 5. My top 5 is a Tizula red crystallinum crossed with a forgetii hybrid. So it's this one. Yeah, it's not as big, but I really love this one because the emergent is like the most red emergent that I've seen, like literally bloody red. I love it. Yeah, and it started growing slow for me because I had it rehabbed. I kind of like made it sad for a while, and now it's doing well again, but it's kind of taking its time. So, but regardless, I've seen its potential already, and I really love the emergent. I think I like it because of the emergent, but like looking at it now, it's just like, I don't know. You can clearly see the forgetii genes in here because of the shape. Well, what do I know? So this is our top 5, and it's so cute. Our top 4 anthurium is actually another small one, but just because I've also seen the mature version, the potential of what's gonna happen when it gets bigger, and I am really excited. It's one of my last acquired anthuriums, and this is the Dora crossed with luxuriance. You guys already know I love luxuriance. Any anthurium luxuriance hybrid. Oh my god, why is it always so hard to talk about anthuriums? Any lux. That's it. Any lux, I would take them. I love them. I know it's not that, you know, fancy as like the Carla or the Beefem. Whatever those anthuriums that you guys are obsessed with, I'm not. I'm just happy with my lux. I think it's the texture. It's the abs for me because I obviously cannot have abs in real life. I take it on plants. So yeah, I really love this. I'm looking forward to growing this. I don't mind if it's going to take up so much space. I don't mind. I'll let it get big. So my number 3 is apparently something that's not Lux. It's a Carla crossed with FSRL. And here it is. I think this is the only velvety one from my top list. And this is also the biggest. I think my RA4. Oh, never mind. Anyways, this is probably the biggest. But yeah. I love it. It's just so unique within my collection, okay? Because most of mine are Lux or like crystallinum hybrids. But this one is really cool. I love the texture, obviously. It's also kind of dark. My lights are probably weird, too strong, I don't know. But if you know, you know. Yeah. Is it as big as my face? Oh, it's kind of like longer in a sense. Yeah. So this is our top 3. Our top 2 anthurium is Theo's favorite, and there's an emergent. This is gonna be big. Wait, hold on a second. This is my dark crystallinum crossed with luxuriance. Look at the roots. Dark crystallinum crossed with luxuriance, and this is the most recent leaf. It's so big. Whoa. But then there's an emergent. There's an emergent. Oh wow, Theo's gonna be so happy. Maybe when we return from our trip, it's probably out. I just hope it won't, like, hit other plants. Oh, it's so big and it's so dark. My lights are so bright, so I don't know if it's affecting the colors. But yeah, I don't edit my colors in my videos, by the way. I just cut the parts that I don't want and then I upload it. So nice. There you go. So this is our top 2. My top 1 is, can you guess? So obviously it's going to be luxuriance hybrid. This is my dark phoenix crossed with luxuriance, and it's not just any dark phoenix, by the way. This one is from Hector, the urban foliage, and I don't know how many times I've mentioned already, I'm obsessed with Hector's dark phoenix. Any hybrid he makes with his dark phoenix, I probably have it. Whenever I have extras, I do share them at the prop studio, by the way. But yeah, a lot of times I don't, because I want them for myself. So this is my number. This hasn't even hardened just yet. It's still kind of like, I don't want to touch it. But yeah. Wait, is it as big as my face? Oh, no, it's bigger. My face is big, by the way. So, yeah, it's so cool. I love it. This also gets darker as it hardens. I don't know if you guys noticed the difference, but this is a bit lighter, and then this is darker. And you guys know your anthuriums. What am I even saying? What am I even explaining in here? So many active predatory mites, by the way. So yeah, this is our top 1. Top 1 anthurium, and I love it. Our next category is something that I suppose you guys already know or have expected to be here, because is it even Nikki if she's not going to talk about the alocasias? So yeah, I'm going to be sharing my top 5 alocasias that made me so happy this year. It's quite a very challenging category for me because I want to include a lot of them. I even considered, like, there's 2 in top 1, 2 in top 2, 2 in top 3. Which doesn't make sense, so I'm trying to be fair in here, and I'll explain why. So my top 5 alocasia is going to be my Odora aurea. And I know this is a very basic alocasia. It's everywhere. It's very cheap. I'm actually selling them for very low at the prop studio, but it's because the genes of my mother plant. No, actually, this is a baby of my mother plant, by the way. My mother plant is so huge, I had to sell it. But yeah, this is a baby and it's already getting big as well. But look at that. I honestly find myself liking the aurea variegation more. I don't know why. But the colors are so nice. I hope you get what I'm trying to say, though. But yeah, it's really looking so nice. It doesn't look basic to me, so I really like it. This one got a little sad in the past 2 months, I think, because I collected corms. But yeah, it's doing well now. And there's a baby in this pot as well. I separated a lot and I got some corm, so yeah. I like this. This is my top 5. My top 4 is a 1-leafer. This is my alocasia serendipity. It also got sad when I started collecting forms. But yeah, this is really nice. The variegation is so nice. I find that there's not a lot of serendipity with a nice variegation. A lot of them just randomly throws in like very green leaves, but I don't know if you guys have been seeing this on my Instagram, because that's where I usually share like new leaves of my plants, and this one never disappoints. So even if you look at the new leaf that's about to like emerge, you can see the variegation already. You can see the decent amount of pink, and I'm excited for it, but I'm not going to see it because I'm going to be away when this comes out. I'm probably going to set up cameras again, just like before. Like, for those that doesn't know, whenever I travel, I do install cameras facing my cabinets just so I can stare at my plants on my phone before I sleep. So yeah, this is our serendipity. So our top 3 alocasia is going to be my pink bambino, which, just like most of my other alocasias, this is a baby of my mother plant already. Mother plant is in the plant room and it's huge. So what I love about this bambino, like the genes of my bambino, is that the variegation is very balanced. Like, I've seen bambinos that doesn't really push out a lot of variegation, and then there are some that are very, very high in variegation, which is like, why? They melt so fast when they're like that. But this one, you can see there's like, always a green and pink on every leaf. Some could be just a little more, but still, it's not as bad because the other leaves would make up for it. Even the newest leaf, you can see the decent amount of pink in there, and then there's green at the bottom. I don't know if that shows. And again, this is a baby. The mother is a little bigger, which is insane, and they take so much space, but I love them. Top 3 bambino. I think you guys can guess which is our top 2 and top 1. Which is which? Ugh, I can't choose. Well, this is quite unexpected. My top 2 is the Regal Shield Albo. Oh my god, this is so big. Okay, how do we even start? It's turning pink. The elbow part is turning pink. Oh, so pretty. So healthy. Oh my god, I'm so happy. There are huge corms inside. Okay, so I think I already mentioned that I originally didn't like this alocasia, by the way, because it gets so big, and I've seen the others that, I don't know, seeing them with a lot of white parts is quite nice. I like it. But then I've been seeing a lot of people complain that their Regal Shield Albo couldn't maintain like more than 2 leaves just because it keeps on melting. But when this started showing its variegation to me, and it's not a lot, I know we have different opinions about variegation. When I saw that it isn't a lot, and because of that, it's not really melting. Like, look at that. We have 4 leaves in here. I just removed the 5th because it's kind of sad. It's kind of old. But this is a fast grower anyways. It will just keep on making new leaves. And look at that. This is the newest one. It hasn't even hardened yet, but it's really gorgeous already. I love the amount of variegation. It's not too much, and it's not like, not seen. It's there. You can see it. So I think I'm happy with this because of that. When I first started collecting plants, I really look forward to like high variegation. But I learned it the hard way that sometimes it's not really that nice, especially when you have a lot of plants already. Like, one day you would see them, they're nice, and you'll celebrate it. You will post it on social media, but give it like a day or 2, it's melting. And I don't want that, to be honest. So I'd rather have them with balanced variegation, or just, just like that. Look at that. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I like. I think I'm happy with it. So here it is. Yeah, this is my number 2 because it just, I don't know, looking at it makes me so happy. And I originally didn't think that I would like this plant, which is funny. So our top 1 is this one. This is my Nairobi Night Gold, and I got it as a very, very tiny baby grown from corm. And now it's basically my biggest, if not the Regal Shield. Let's see. I think in a way they kind of like the same in size. Oh, there are so many corms. I should pot them up. Wow, their roots are so nice. Oops. Oh, there's a new leaf growing. So, yeah, this is my Nairobi Night Gold. Top 2 and then top 1. I love them. I do have so many other alocasias that are not on the list because, I don't know, I do like them. I obviously love my alocasias, but some of them are kind of like mainstream. Let's say the black velvet pink. Mainstream. So, I'm obsessed. What about you guys? I'm sure some of you have alocasias. Which ones are your top 5? Let me know. Our next category is something that I also struggled with just because I'm obsessed with this, but it's just the same as alocasias. So our next category is going to be my top 5 begonias of the year. And it's so hard. Like, just looking at them, I'm getting so confused. Like, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no. Okay, I need to choose. My top 5. I need to choose between this. So this is my begonia tingly mallet. It's so full. I love it. But I also love my Roseo punctata. I've shared so many of this already at the prop studio. Okay, this is my top 5. Sorry, tingly mallet. This is my top 5. The Roseo punctata, and this is such a fast grower. I love the colors, the contrast of the pink versus the green that kind of turns neon sometimes, by the way. I just love it. I don't know. I think my lights are washing the colors off. But whatever. You guys have seen this on my Instagram so many times. In better lighting for sure. I love this. I'm obsessed with this. If you got a prop of this from me, just so you know, it's my favorite. It's one of my favorites. Now on to our top 4. Wow. Okay, so I have 2 pots in here. Why do I have 2 pots? Okay, that's funny. Okay, so this is the variegated rogue, begonia rogue, or begonia conchifolia. I think this is like my first mother plant, and then I chopped it so much. Now it has so many tiny new growths. The older leaves are just there. They're just there. And then this is another mother plant that I started growing. And then I've shared so many of this at the prop studio. If you got this from me, just so you know, it has a very, very nice genes. Very nice variegation. I'm obsessed with it. I love it. Oh, I think it's the contrast as well. Like, you know, in the middle of those very nice variegation of like, you know, green and white, and then there's red in the middle. It's so pretty. This is our top 4, and again, I have so many of this at the prop studio. So our top 3 is going to be this begonia. Yes, this is a begonia, and it's called the Begonia Frosted Star. I'm obsessed. This is actually so big, getting so big. I think I need like a stick to support it, like a stake. Wow, I'm suddenly thinking of steak, like the food. I'm hungry. Anyways, so this is the begonia frosted star, and I'm obsessed with it. I already have a few props, but some of them didn't even make it to the website because, you know, people just take them via DM, especially friends. So it's so nice. I love it. It looks so glittery, by the way. I don't know if you guys can see that on the screen. But yeah, it looks so glittery. There, I hope you can see it because you deserve to see the beauty. So our top two is something that I don't think I've shared this on social media. I probably did on my begonia tour, but I haven't listed any prop of this at the prop studio. I've sold some via DM as well. People are just so fast when it comes to like reserving begonias. So this is my begonia Sarawak spots crossed with baik hybrid. It's a hybrid, but I think this is my main mother plant, and so big. The leaves are so big. I love the texture. Look at that. And it's blooming, which is annoying, by the way. I hate cleaning blooms, but I love seeing the blooms. So yeah, and I have another, like, I don't know, I do this with most of my begonias. I have like multiple pots of them just because I have a bad experience with powdery mildew before, but that was long ago when I was just starting with begonias. It hadn't happened anymore. I hope not. But just to be sure, I always have multiples and I put them on different like bins just because. But yeah, I love them. I love this one. Definitely deserving of the top 2 spot. For my top 1, can you guess? Maybe some of you already have an idea, especially if you're on Instagram, because I always share the ones that I like, probably way more than I should on stories. So my number 1 is going to be the pink urchin. I didn't even expected to like this. Like when I was starting with begonias, I told myself, I even shared it to my husband that I'm not going to be into the begonias that have textures because they are creepy. And now they're on my top spots. So this is the pink urchin. I've propped this so many times. Yes, this is my mother plant, even if it's this small. But you guys already know the story, right? Of why I have small plants. It's because I keep on propagating them and I share them on my shop at the prop studio. So there you go. It's very small right now. There. But I have so many props, and I'll probably list them soon at the prop studio when it's okay to ship. I love it. They also said that I'm selling this for quite low. Don't worry, I might increase. No, I'm kidding. Let's just see. Let's just see. I'll try to look at the market price for it, but yeah. I love it. I'm obsessed with it. Our next category is something that's going to give me a break from grabbing plants. And no, they're not the top 5 that are dead already. No, we're not doing that. I've decided to just share the good ones, the positive ones, the plants that made us happy, not sad this year, because that's going to take a longer video, I think. But anyways, so our next category are top 5 blooms. And it's going to be a mix of hoyas, maybe begonias, maybe other plants that bloom. So not just hoyas, but maybe mostly hoyas. I don't know. It's just top 5 anyways. And I'm just going to like show you the photos. They're probably already on my Instagram, but because they're not really blooming right now, except for the top 5. So the top 5 is going to be my Hoya IM08. So Hoya IM08, a small leaf for Hoya, and I found one bloom. There you go. This has been blooming for a few months now, but right now there's just one, and I'd take that. At least I'm able to show it to you guys. So I really like this bloom because it's very different from most of the hoyas that already bloom for me. They usually bloom in like a cluster. This one also does, but most of the time it's like just maximum 4 or 5 of them. So it's really cute. And I also love the shape of this. It's like a star. So cute. The top 4 is going to be, I'm just going to show it to you guys. This is the Lepanthes. Here we go again. This is the Lepanthes. Lepanthes. Lepanthes Venezia, something like that. I don't know if I'm pronouncing things correctly, but we already established that it's hard. So it's because it's so tiny. The blooms are so small. They're smaller than my pinky nail, by the way. I don't know. It's just so cute. I do have few more miniature orchids, and I'm particularly looking at Lepanthes because of how small they are, and I love that. So yeah, that's going to be our top 4. And now our top 3 is going to be the Utricularia sandersonii, which is also the angry bunnies, as we call them. They are so cute. I'm obsessed with them. I love how they look like, because they do bloom a lot. It's just that they don't now, and they're not looking so nice now too. So I really love this one. They're so cute, but you really have to look at them like closely or use a macro lens for them. So it's so cute. Like the colors are like white and then purple. Our top 2 is again a Hoya. This is our second Hoya in this list. And it's the Hoya cystianta or Hoya campanulata. And it's my most recent bloom, by the way. I think I just shared that recently on Instagram. It's so cute. They look like bells, and I was just so happy to finally see them. I've been looking forward to this bloom for a while now. And I also started kind of like getting more Hoyas that the blooms are nice. Because before, I used to like focus on the leaves of the Hoyas. Like if I like the shape and the color of the leaves, I would take them. But I never really cared what the blooms are going to look like. Recently, I started making a research. Like if I like a Hoya, I'm going to search for the bloom. And if I like it as well, then I get it. I don't know if that makes any sense, but whatever. Now our top 1. Our top 1 is going to be, it's not a Hoya. It's not a Hoya. And the name is hard, okay? So our top 1 is going to be an African violet. It's Colorovi valentinkai. Wait, that's weird. Anyways, I'm so sorry. I'm so bad with reading the IDs of these plants, okay? But it's really pretty. The colors are so gorgeous. You will question if it's even real, but it's real. It's real. I love it. I shared this video on my story, and I'm so obsessed with the colors. Honestly, there's more of them that have kind of similar blooms like this, but this is the one that I liked the most when I saw them in person. So it's just so messy. I got rid of so many African violets just because it's so messy when they bloom. Like they're everywhere in there, in the pots or where they are, the shelf. Oh my god, so messy. But I really love this one. It looks like a painting. It looks like it's not real. So those are my top 5 blooms for the year. I probably have more. It's a very hard decision also to make, because I've been enjoying the blooms that I've been seeing so far. I do have some on my pingiculas. I do have more on my begonias, but I don't know. They're kind of like looking like the same. They're small. So these are the ones that stood out, and I'm really happy about them. Looking forward to more blooms in 2025, please. Okay, so we have 3 more categories, but please don't hate me. They're basically the same. We're talking about Hoyas, but okay? I had to make 3 categories for this just because I have so many to share. Can you blame me? I'm just a Hoya girl. Did I just say that? Oh my god. anyways, let's start with my top 5. Top 5 tiny leaf Hoyas. And the reason why I'm sharing this is because you guys already know that I'm a small leafer Hoya girly. So we're gonna do that. But you know what? It's actually still hard. Even if I already like made 3 categories just to show them and just to like express how much I like them, it's still hard. On the 5th position is going to be my Hoya Lima Splash. Yes, they are still considered small leaf, especially after having lacanoses that get so big. This is quite small, I would say, comparing to those. So I really love this one because it suddenly started growing so fast. And I just love the shape, by the way. I think I love the shape. And I'm looking forward to seeing it fuller because right now it's not as full. Like, this is the fullest that I could go because obviously you guys already know that I chop my Hoyas way too much. But I love the splashes. I also have the silver. I have a Hoya Lima silver, but it's smaller. So it's not really getting my attention the way this one does. So just because that's, nicer doesn't mean it's gonna be in here. But I don't know, there's just a certain way some of my plants make me feel that just by looking at them, it sparks like joy. I'm sure you guys understand me. If you're a plant person, you understand what I'm trying to say. So yeah, this is my top 5. And it's not even expensive. It's not, it's not super rare. Just a little rare, I think. So yeah, this is my Hoya Lima Splash. And it's in the 5th position. I love it. So many peduncle. I haven't seen this bloom, by the way. Or have I? I don't think so. Our top 4 is going to be something that I have many variations, I would say. This is the Hoya Serpents, and it's my top 4. This is the Splash. So I do have the green form, it's just in there. I do have the silver, it's just in there. I do have, no, I don't have the variegated one. I wish. It's on my wish list, but you know what? I'm taking things slow with plants, with new plants, because it's winter and I don't know, just trying to make sense of my setup and like being realistic with what I can accommodate for now. If I happen to see it around and it's within my budget, I would gladly take a cutting because it's in my wish list. So this is my top 4. Any serpents is in my top 4. I just love how they look. They look nice when they're trailing. I've chopped this a couple times to share at the prop studio. So now I'm seeing a few more new growths, but I don't know if I can let this get bigger because I'm happy with this size. And also it's the only size that my cabinet can accommodate. So we'll see about that. We'll see about that. So wow, it's making an appearance again. So my top 3 is going to be my IMO8. It's so cute. So I showed you guys the bloom already, but also, come on. Look at the leaves. They're so cute. They're so small. So there are like multiple cuttings in here from different people, from different sellers, just because I wanted a fuller pot. And now that I have it and that it's growing like more, I'm actually quite overwhelmed. I do have more pots inside the plant room. Oh, there's another peduncle. There's more. But yeah, for now, it's looking like this because I don't have the medium pot anymore. I'm supposed to move it there and like add a trellis, but yeah, I run out. So I let it be like this for a while, but when I return, I'm going to fix it and I'm going to put it on a trellis. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but they're actually just, green forms. Nothing special, but I like it that way. So my number 2 is my mamasa, hoya mamasa. I don't know if you guys can see it, but this one is actually quite full. There's like so many growths in here. And I've already chopped this a couple times because I had to share it at the prop studio. But just look at the leaves. They're so small. And I love it. There. So small. I'm obsessed with it. And yeah, it's kind of full, I would say. I use this thing on some Hoyas. Oh, my husband's here. Hi, Plant Hubs.
Hi.
People are requesting for you to make an appearance on my YouTube.
Oh, that's gonna be. It's like a Pink Princess situation.
Yes. He's calling himself a pink princess.
Black velvet.
There you go. So yeah, for the smaller or like thinner vines, I would say I've been using this instead of clips just because I think it holds so much better. Sometimes the clips slide. So yeah, this is my top 2 for the small leafers. My number 1. I don't know if any one of you could guess though, because I don't think I've shared this Hoya as much as the others.
I can guess that.
What?
That's Lacanosa.
It's not though. No, don't look at my list.
Really?
So it's not variegated, it's green.
Oh, but it's low bar.
Whatever. Okay, so my top 1 is going to be this Papua Mini. Okay, so aside from being a small leafer, it's actually really fuzzy. And it's so cute. I find it really cute. I have 2 pots of this, but the other one is in a bin. And this one is inside my cabinet. And I like it. It's so pretty. I haven't seen it bloom. And this is also a very small plant itself. Like the pot is so small. And I like looking at it. It's definitely a favorite. What about you guys? What are your smallest leafer Hoyas that, makes you happy, that you like the most? I do have a lot of other small leafer Hoyas to share, but we're only doing 5, so. Our next category is, again, I already said, it's gonna be still Hoyas. But I had to separate this different types of Hoyas. Just because I have so many of them to share with you guys. So we're going to be doing my top 5 variegated Hoyas. And again, it's so hard. It was so hard because there's a lot of them. I couldn't choose. But yeah, our variegated Hoya on the 5th spot is going to be Hoya Wallinyana. This is not super rare. And this is not super expensive. It's quite affordable, I would say. And a lot of collectors have it already. You can have cuttings from them. I've also listed it a couple times at the prop studio. But it's just very beautiful. Regardless the price, it actually looks so expensive. I would say it looks close to the Crassipetulata variegated, which is very expensive. So I would say this is actually nice. I still want that though. I do want that one. And this turns pink, by the way, when sun-stressed, but I haven't sun-stressed mine as much. Oh, there you go. I think I love it. So that's our top 5 for the variegated Hoyas. Our top 4 is going to be Alocasia. So this is Hoya lacunosa Queen Midori. You've seen this a couple times on my videos already because I always do something. I repot it, I chop it, I don't know. But of all the variegated lacunosas, because we already know that there's a lot of them, right? And I do have an entire shelf of lacunosas, which is not necessary. But they all make me happy. So, but of all of them, I know we have the Minara, the Asami, the Tricolor Bruno, just the variegated one. I know there's a lot. Don't even get me started on the splashes because there's also a lot, but this is my most favorite. I don't know why. I think it's just how the green margin and then there's a variegation in the middle. Probably that's why. So this is our top 4. Our top 3 is something that I wasn't expecting to like. As a matter of fact, I kept on chopping this one and I've listed a lot of them. I never thought that I would like it if I let it grow because I've been chopping it since the beginning and I like to maintain it with just like 2 to 4 leaves. I didn't know that it would look nice when it starts to grow. This is my Hoya Yingjianensis variegated. It's not as expensive anymore these days, but look at that. It's actually so nice. It's so pretty, at least for me. I don't know about you guys. And it's getting bigger, by the way. So that I don't know, but I like the colors. I like seeing it. When I put this on a trellis, I think Emma and I did that together on our last video. I just suddenly started appreciating it more. I've been looking at it in the camera like, hey, you're beautiful. So yeah. There you go. It's looking so pretty. I think it's really nice. So my top 2 is also another psychoprop victim. It's still small because I keep on chopping it. I keep on sharing it with people. I've listed a few at the prop studio. This is my Mathilde variegated. It's so cute. It's so small. It's so beautiful. I love it. Okay, bye. There you go. I actually think this is one of the most beautiful variegated Hoyas out there. The price for this has been dropping, which is a good news, by the way, because I've bought this when it was like higher. But it's so nice. I love it. I'm probably going to prop this more soon in case anyone wants, just so you know. My number 1. I don't know if you guys have an idea. You should, because I've been mentioning this so many times already. My number 1 is going to be Hoya Lee Prism. And oh my god, why are you going that way? But just look how beautiful it is. There's no question at how beautiful it is. And how pink the new growths are. Oh my goodness, so pretty. I love it. I love it. I'm obsessed with it. I hope it's showing. Camera focus. This is highly variegated, as you can see. I think that's also a reason why it's kind of slow. I've sold a couple props of this at the prop studio. There. So that's my top 1. And I rarely share this one just because, aside from being a slow grower, I just love it. I love it. Guys, what's your favorite variegated Hoya? I love this all. I love all of them. Okay, so now our last category is yet another Hoya, but this time it's basically a general list. This is my top 5 best Hoyas in terms of, let's say, a mix of how beautiful it is, how fast growing it is despite me chopping them all the time, and also how healthy it is. It's going to be a mix of those. And it was so hard because there's just so many of them. I would start with my top 5, which is this is my Hoya Laconosa Amarillo. And you guys already know how much I chop this because it's always available at the prop studio at a very low price for a very long vine. Yeah. I love this so much because the variegation is so different than the others. So new leaves would be basically lime, yellow, green, lime, something like that. I don't know if it's showing on the camera, but it should be. And then it turns green eventually. But yeah, I still love that. Like, I love that it's growing that way. It's very unique. Not all plants do that, so. But look how full it is. And like I said, I keep on chopping this one so many times. And I've shared this with a lot of people already, but still so full. This is the fullest I could go, by the way. Like, I know people would say, if it's growing so much, then let it get big. But the thing is, I'm trying my best to maintain it on this size at most because it's the only size that my cabinets could handle. So yeah, this is La Cunosa Amarillo and I love it so much. And I have more props. I'm probably going to prop it again eventually, maybe by January when I return. I don't know. My next one is another one that's unexpected. Unexpected. So this is my Hoya Lucantha. And I know it's growing in a very funny way. It's not the typical kind of growing behavior that I like because you guys already know that I like them behaving around the trellis. Obviously, this one is not. But just look how full this one is. And just like the others, I've been chopping this a lot so that I could keep it small. And I've been sharing it at the prop studio, but it's unstoppable. Unstoppable. Look at the colors at the, because my light is so bright. But look at the colors at the tip, like the newest leaf. They're kind of like turning red. I like them this way. I like them. I also like how the leaves are growing. It's so funny. It's looking like a tree. Some kind of tree in the Philippines that I see around. I don't know what it's called. Just look at that. I love it. I love it so much. Hoya leucantha. This also bloomed for me, I think. Yeah, it probably did. Oh, same with Amarillo. It also bloomed for me already. With that size, obviously it would. So the top 3 is probably something that's unexpected as well because I almost gave up on this mother plant. I wanted to sell it or have it for a trade because it was getting so big. This is my Hoya Wilburgraves China. And just look how full it is. This is already so full for me, okay? Because I don't usually let them get this full. But we did that for this. This one has been in ambient for a while now in the plant room, and I think it's happy because it's growing nonstop and the splashes are getting nicer. I just noticed actually. Oh wow. And the reason why I kept this is because of you guys. So those people who are following me on Instagram and have seen my post about this being sold, like I'm offering it for sale or if anyone wants to trade, whatever, something like that. I don't know. There are probably about 8 to 10 people who replied to my story saying, don't, don't do that, or at least keep a cutting for myself, something like that. And I was like, why? And they said, look at your Wilbur Graves and look at mine. Then they showed me, photos and they said that this has nice splashes. This is quite silvery. That's what they said. And after seeing theirs, that's the only time that I realized that you're right. Because I thought they all looked the same. I mean, technically they do, but it's a matter of how much splash you have, I think. So that's what they're trying to point out. And you know what? I listened. I kept it. Not even a prop. I kept the entire plant that I wanted to get rid of. I think it was half the size of this one when I was getting rid of this. But then I didn't chop it. Just a few, I think. I did chop the few. And then it just, you know, it's nonstop. So this is our top 3. Top 3 Hoya. I'm obsessed with this. I'm obsessed with a lot of them. Our top 2 Hoya is probably something that you won't even guess. Try. I'll give you time. Guess what's my top 2 favorite. Comment. Leave it there at the comment. I'll count 1 to 5 and I'll reveal it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I hope you typed in your comment, but I'm telling you, you're wrong. It's a big leafer. So this is my Hoya pubic calyx pink ghost silver. Hoya pubic calyx silver pink ghost. Whatever. You guys know that. The pubic calyx with the ghost and the pink. That's it. Here we are. So this is basically the same situation with the Wilbur graves. I was getting rid of them as a whole plant, as a mother plant. I think it was half the size too when I was getting rid of it. And people were like, no, don't do that. Keep it. Keep it to yourself. Or at least get a cutting. I said, why? They're like, yours is growing so nice. I mean, I was like, what do you mean nice? They look the same. Apparently, this has been growing nicer. So, you know what? I also listened. That's why we're here. I listened. You see, I'm always open to like your comments, your suggestions. I listen. So yeah, I actually think it's getting nicer. Maybe it's happy. It's also in ambient in the plant room. Time for top 1, the last plant that I'm going to show you guys in this video. Top 1. Can you guess? This is my number 1 Hoya of the year out of all of them. And I have an entire cabinet and an entire shelf at the plant room. So imagine the amount of Hoyas I've been like choosing from. This is my top 1. And there's a reason for it. I mean, if you've been watching my previous videos, you probably have an idea. So this is my top 1 Hoya for the year. This is Hoya Lee Prism Pink. I mean, the flowers are pink. There's nothing pink in here right now. So the reason why is that I remember about a year ago, I bought this as a 2-leafer, just 1 node. And it was even unrooted, so I had to wait for a few weeks until the seller could root them for me. But then it was just slightly rooted, and you know what, I was like, okay, just send it to me. And I got it, and then it has a new growth already, like the next 2 leaves, and they drop, so it's almost dying basically. I also found out that this one has a very tricky variegation. You just have to keep on chopping and chopping and chopping until it gets better variegation, and that's what I did. So eventually I ended up having more variegation, I would say, because I just kept chopping and chopping and chopping and chopping. Look at that, so beautiful. I love it. Yeah, so it turned nicer. I witnessed how it actually became prettier and fuller. And as a matter of fact, I have so many of this at the prop studio. I've shared this to so many people already. And it's just so nice. It's just so nice. There. So fast grower, and also I've seen the blooms, the pink flowers. They are so cute. Never complained whether I put it in ambient or put it here in the cabinet. it doesn't act up. So I really love it. It's also my fastest growing Hoya, which is weird because this version is my slowest growing. So yeah, this is my number one Hoya of the year. What about you guys? What's like your number one plant of the year overall? So there are other categories that I wanted to share, like top 5 slowest growing this and that, top 5 plants that died. But I didn't want to share the bad stuff anymore, you know. Maybe we can talk about it in the future, but not on this video. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. And I don't know, let me know in the comment section which ones you like the most in your collection. Let's talk about it. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. It's going to help my channel so much. And as a new plant YouTuber, I've been only here for like, I don't know, 7 months at most. I'm really grateful for your support. I'm really happy that you guys are here watching my videos. Even if I talk a lot, I appreciate that. So I guess I'll see you on the next one. Bye!